So get ready. This is going to be the rough schedule. But before we get into that, I'm really, really happy to have someone from IndieBio here who can tell us a little bit more about the beautiful space we're all in. Many of you have been asking, and so thanks a lot for joining and for sharing a bit.
Thanks, Allison. Hey, guys. My name is Wes. So right now, I just got back from the dentist, and half my face feels like a balloon because I just got a filling. But hopefully, I can still say some of these words that I wrote on my laptop. So my name's Wes. I'm the program director and associate here at IndieBio, and this space is shared between IndieBio and HAX, which are two arms of SOSV, which is a global venture capital firm. We are consistently the most active early stage investor globally, moving in between number 1 to number 3 in quarterly, PitchBook global league tables, or if you look at MIT's Tough Tech reports, we're consistently at number 1. And our thesis here is human health and planetary health. Those are the kinds of investments that we invest in, and we consider ourselves a technology-first investor. Most of us on the team are advanced degrees, very much like you guys are. So this space, IndieBio was the first VC to put a $2 million BSL-2 lab downstairs in their offices. And you can see if you've been down there, and I encourage you to, there's just a wall between where we sit and where the science happens. And it's kind of a magical feeling when you've been down there for a little bit. But back in 2015, the idea was to give bold ideas a place to test out whether or not it'll work without the insane costs of buying the lab equipment or renting out a space. And just to remind you, this was at a time when it was unheard of to take an idea in biotech and run on it just to test it out to see if it worked at such an early stage. You had to be basically a veteran of the industry in order to even get attention from investors. And to this day, we still pride ourselves on being one of the most risk-tolerant investors out there. And now you can see biotech is a completely different space now at the pre-seed stage. So 7 years later, some of those experiments proved successful. How many of you guys have heard of Upside Foods? Cultured meat, okay? Yeah, beef without the cow. So that was born here downstairs. The Every Company, which you might have seen in pressed juices, shakes. I don't know if they're probably juices. Or Chantal Guillon's macarons. They all now have vegan egg protein because that team came here and said we want to make eggs without the chicken. And so now we have over 200 companies who are making wood without the trees, chicken without the chicken, algae turning into shoes, or algae turning into shrimp. One of my personal favorites is putting a chip on dogs' noses so that we can detect millions of scents at once, rather than just whether or not you smell a bomb. And so we're actually very happy to have you all here with us in this space because I see you're doing a lot of really incredible work just based on what I saw on the Google Doc up there. You're cooking up new ideas, you're organizing and putting rigor to old ones. And we love the Foresight Institute. We love the mission. We find kinship and foresight because of our shared courage to take risk in bold ideas. And we consider this space our home, both socially and intellectually. And we're proud that history has been made here where you are all sitting, and we're grateful to you for making even more history here. So that's it. That's basically the space, SOSV, IndieBio. Please reach out to me or anyone on the team. My name is Wesley Dang. You can find me on LinkedIn or on Twitter, which is mostly like political tweets now. Yeah, feel free to say hi. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Okay, wonderful. All right, I think you'll also be around a little bit today in case you have more questions on IndieBio. Good, let's see if and when and how this is working here again. Okay, wonderful. So far so good. Cool, so I now added every slide to the designing monomer slide a keeper here, basically. And we also have all the presentations from the earlier presentations in there. And if you were an earlier presenter and you don't want your presentation to be shared with others, just let me know. ideally, it would be nice to actually share that folder around with everyone so everyone has access to the ideas of others as well. I'll check in with you again before doing so, but just to let you know that if people are fine with this, then I think we would just share the folder with people afterwards, so they have a little bit of of an idea of what else happened here. Great. So we're gonna go ahead and present in this working group format, and you have 10 minutes, and then we do a little bit of red teaming, or maybe we call it blue teaming, so we can help each other by constructively criticizing each other's ideas, and maybe pointing out, hey, there's a person that could really help you over here, and just making it a little bit more collaborative. So also take this as an opportunity to help the project that you would have wanted to join if it hadn't been for the project that you ended up joining, and yeah, after that we have the Feynman dollars to vote on your top projects. So already bear in mind a little bit where you want to place them. Ideally, everyone gets 3 Feynman bucks to spend. And then we talk a little bit about next steps afterwards, and then we have a little bit of a reception again here. But that's, roughly the state of affairs. We are recording these talks, and we would love to publish them. If for any reason there is something in there that you would prefer not to be published, please reach out to me, and we can totally make that happen. But I think that people really just enjoy, these final project presentations a lot, and having access to them afterwards. I think as Ben and Adam have already said, I'm not sure where Ben is exactly, but there he is, okay. That Astera and Papa will be reaching out to the winning project proposal afterwards and to try to finalize it into a potentially fundable shape. And, I think as I have mentioned before, and, we can get back to this afterwards, but we would love to publish the proposals and presentation in a workshop report. And we have the Molecular Machine seminar group, so if you want to flesh out your proposal to get it into a good shape and continue collaborating, that's a really good opportunity or container to do so. We have the 2023 Foresight Fellowship, we have the Feynman Prize up, and there's more info on PARPA and on Astera also on this form. But we'll get back to this later. I just wanted to foreshadow it before we start the presentation, so you have a rough understanding of what the end results of this are. Okay,